If you're thinking about moving to Hendersonville, Tennessee, there are 6 things I think you should know before you make one of the biggest decisions for you and your family. And honestly, some of these things surprise people. Every month, I talk to families relocating from places like California, Florida, Illinois, and New York, and other parts of the country who are trying to figure out if Hendersonville is actually the right fit. They've looked at the pictures, they've watched the videos, they've fallen in love with the idea of Tennessee. But before you start scheduling movers and making offers on homes, there's a few things you need to understand about what life here is really like. If we're just meeting, hi, I'm Natalie Downs. I'm a local realtor here in Hendersonville, and I help families relocate to Hendersonville, Gallatin, and the greater Nashville area. Let's start with the numbers because it's usually the first question people ask. A lot of buyers assume that if they move to a suburb outside Nashville, they're going to spend their life sitting in traffic. And while traffic definitely exists here, the reality is it's often different than what many relocating buyers expect. Hendersonville is about 18 miles from downtown Nashville. Depending on where you're headed and what time you're traveling, many people are looking at somewhere between 20 to 35 minutes to an hour at worst. And now, if you're moving from places like Los Angeles, Chicago, Northern Virginia, or other larger metro areas, that's often a pleasant surprise. One thing I hear all the time after clients move here is that they love being close enough to enjoy Nashville while still feeling like they're coming home to a completely different environment. You'll get access to the city without necessarily feeling like you're living in the middle of it. A lot of people initially discover Hendersonville because of Nashville, but they usually choose Hendersonville because of the lifestyle. This isn't just another suburb. It's a lake community. Old Hickory Lake is a huge part of daily life here. You'll find people boating on the weekends, spending evenings by the water, fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding, or simply enjoying the views. And even if you're not a lake person, the water creates a different feel compared to many other suburb communities. There are parks, walking trails, community events, a slower pace that many families are actively searching for. One thing I always tell relocation buyers is that Hendersonville feels like a place where people actually live their lives instead of just sleeping between their work days. Let's talk about the thing everyone really wants to know. What does your budget actually buy here? Because if you're moving from a higher cost market, this is usually where things get interesting. Many buyers start searching online, assume the photos are making the homes look larger than they actually are. Then they visit and realize they're actually getting significantly more space than they're used to. More square footage, more yards, often newer homes, and sometimes community amenities they weren't even expecting. Depending on the neighborhood and the budget, between $650,000 to $1.5 million can open up a lot of opportunities. Everything from established neighborhoods with mature trees to newer communities with amenities, golf course homes, and even some luxury properties. What surprises many relocating buyers is not just the house itself, it's the lifestyle that comes along with it. One mistake I see buyers make is assuming new construction is automatically the right choice. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. If you love open floor plans, energy efficient, and modern finishes, you may absolutely love new construction. But many buyers fall in love with Hendersonville's established neighborhoods once they see them in person. You get mature trees, larger lots, unique architecture, and in some cases, locations closer to the lake. The best choice really comes down to how you and your family want to live. I always encourage buyers to explore both before making a decision. You may be surprised by which one feels more like home. This is one of the most common topics relocating buyers bring up. And here's my advice. Don't rely on one ranking, and definitely don't make a decision based on a comment section. Every family has different priorities when it comes to education. Some families focus on academics, while others care about extracurricular activities, athletics, arts programs, commute and convenience, or even specialized programs. I always encourage buyers to review official school websites, state report cards, and connect directly with the schools. That are the family who feels most confident about their decisions are usually the ones who take the time to do the research themselves, visit the schools, and see what they're actually like. This is probably the biggest fear relocating buyers have. They wonder how they're supposed to buy a home while they're still living in another state. The good news is this happens all the time. Many of my relocation clients start their search completely virtually. They're balancing work schedules, kids' activities, travel, logistics, and everything else that comes with a major move. Today's technology makes this process so much easier than it used to be. We can do live video tours. We can preview homes, walk neighborhoods, answer questions in real time. We measure spaces and help you understand the pros and the cons of each option without requiring you to fly back and forth every single weekend. The goal is helping you make a confident decision even from a distance. So before you move to Hendersonville, these are 6 things I think you should know. The commute may be easier than you expect. The lifestyle is a huge part of why people move here. Your budget may go further than you think. New construction isn't always the obvious choice. School research takes a little bit of homework, and yes, you can successfully buy a home even if you're relocating from another state. If you're considering a move to Hendersonville, we've put together a free relocation guide that covers neighborhoods, commute times, home prices, and things I think every buyer should know before making the move. We'll put the link in the description below. And if you'd like help figuring out whether Hendersonville, Gallatin, Mount Juliet, or another Nashville suburb might be the best fit for your family, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.